Alright, I'd like to take you now through a walkthrough of the 7 steps for creating change using the Day Launcher system and the Day Launcher system clarity map that comes with the system itself. So the 7 steps of the system are actually right here in the center. So we're going to go through these, and these are extra strategies and tips that you'll find on the top and the bottom, and these are discussed in the ebook, and great for reinforcing the actual results that you get from the 7 steps right here. Okay, but what I want to do in this walkthrough is just focus mainly on these 7 steps. And these 7 steps are going to take you about 20 to 25 minutes depending on how much time you have or what things you want to do in the 7 steps. This whole process is kind of customizable and flexible, so it depends on what you want to do with it and the kind of results and the speed of results that you want to get. But it can be done in about 20 to 25 minutes. And there's nothing strange about doing any of these steps. It's all about changing your thoughts, your actions, and your feelings, okay? And thus changing the results that you get. And that's what these 7 steps do. So let's go start through them and talk about each one along the way, okay? So the first step, step number 1, is to calm your mind. Okay, that's the first step in the Day Launcher process. And what this isn't anything strange or weird. It's just a matter of getting your mind, making sure that all the things about your bills and the stresses of life and all those things, getting those out of your mind. So you're not focused on those, but you're focused on calming yourself down, kind of getting into this calm state of mind, this clear state of mind, so that you can focus on the rest of the process. Okay, nothing strange here. And I'll give you some techniques and tips for doing that in the ebook itself. The next step is to express your thanks. Now once again, this isn't anything strange, but it's actually a pretty awesome exercise that you do daily. And the idea is to kind of get your mind to focus on things that you have to be thankful for. And there's 2 reasons for that, 2 main reasons. One, it's to kind of change your focus from maybe the problems that you might have in your life, as everybody does, but people tend to get overwhelmed by all the problems in their life because they focus on them so much. And so this exercise is to kind of help you to change your focus, change your perspective, and think about things that are actually going great in your life, things you have to be thankful for. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, this kind of enhances the calming of your mind. So when you're moving to expressing your thanks, you're kind of putting yourself and your mind and your body in this state where you feel really good. And that's what you want to be. You want to be in that state and experience it as you go through this process. And once again, this isn't anything strange. It's not anything weird. It's just getting into a good state of mind, positive state of mind, so that you can continue to go through the rest of the process. But experiencing this every day is going to motivate you to want to do it some more. It's kind of like exercise. When you exercise a lot, then you start feeling the benefits of exercise and you feel it, then you want to do it some more. That's what these first 2 steps help you to do as well, in addition to helping you to focus on positive things in your life. So that's number 2, express your thanks. And I once again give you some tips, some ideas, and some inspiration for how to do that in the ebook. So number 3 is to read something positive. Okay? And what I mean by this is that there are all kinds of sources, books, articles, whatever it may be, that you can read something and learn. You want to learn something new every day, something that inspires you, something that teaches you something, and because that is going to help you to grow a little bit more each and every day. And that's important. You want to become more today than you were yesterday, and the way that you do that is to read something that motivates you to act, read something that teaches you something, a new skill, or something or a way of looking at things that you never have looked at before. And that's what step number 3 helps you to do. So read something positive. Step number 4, write your discoveries. Now this is all about discovering things and paying attention to things in your life, lessons that can be learned, things that you've learned yesterday, things that you're going to pay attention to today. You're going to write these things down. That's an action. Getting your hands involved in this whole process is just another way of engrossing and immersing yourself into this idea of improving your life each and every day. So you're going to write something down. It's not going to take a lot of time, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and I give you some questions, some things to think about in order to go through this step of writing your discoveries. Okay? And that's going to enhance your thinking, your thoughts, your actions, and the results that you get. And it's going to make you feel good too. So that's what step number 4 is. Step number 5, this is the biggie. This is something that I call review your targets. And targets are things like your mission statement, your goals, what your perfect day is, things that have a vision to you, or that you've given that have meaning to you in a visual way. Okay? And things that represent what you aspire to be or where you aspire to be. Things, places that you want to go. Like I said, that includes mission statement, your goals, a perfect day, your principles, the values that you want to live your life and your business by. These are all part of your targets, where you're heading with your life and your thinking and your business. And it's important to review these things, because if you don't, you kind of lose track of where you're wanting to go and who you want it to be. But if you're constantly reminded, as for example, one of these targets might be that you want to add value to other people's lives. Okay, that's a target. And that's expressed in one of these I call primary targets and secondary targets. So let's say that you want to really concentrate in your life or your business on adding value to people. Well, if you're constantly reminded of that, as the review of your target process, step number 5 does every day, you're reminded that you want to add value and you're thinking about this each and every day, that thought is going to eventually take hold, and it's going to move you to action. It's going to move you to the positive action that's going to create the result of adding value to people's lives. Okay? So that's just one small example of what reviewing a target for you would do for you in the overall scheme of using the process, the 7-step process. Okay? So you have a whole bunch of targets that you can review. I show you how to build those, how to create those, some inspiration for finding those in your own life, so that you can really get the benefit from this. And like I said, this is the biggest circle because it really has the biggest impact in the whole process. The next step, number 6, is watch something inspirational. We live in a world now where media is readily accessible, and things like videos. And if you ever watch a video, as I'm sure you have, videos can be a very emotional experience. If you find one that moves you, that makes you feel good, it can really have an emotional impact on you. So this step is all about finding something, or finding a series of videos, and I give you insight and tips on how to do this, that you can watch something for about 2 or 3 minutes and really be inspired by it. Okay, really feel good about it. And this is all building up to starting your day, because obviously you want to do this process in the morning sometime. Preferably. If you can't, then you do it later, but preferably in the morning. So you're building this up. Not only are you learning all these things, feeling great, and it's affecting, like I said earlier, your thoughts, your feelings, and then your actions, but you're building up to starting your day with a real push. And so you're going to watch something inspirational for number 6. Number 7 is the last step in the whole process, and I call that blast off. And when you think about a real launch in NASA, every time they launch a rocket, they have this term like we have liftoff or blast off or something like that, that kind of puts the cap on the whole process. And that's what this does. You're going to find a phrase, you're going to think of a phrase that has emotional impact to you. Think of a team that's about ready to go out and play against another team, like for example a football team. What do? They huddle together, they say go, 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 or whatever it may be. And there is a phrase that you can create that is personal to you, that has meaning, emotional meaning, that's going to really push you into a positive state and a state of taking action. And that's what step number 7 is all about. After you go through step number 7, the most important thing to do next is to do something of significance in your day. That means avoid checking your email, avoid Twitter, avoid all these things, whatever it may be that are low value things, and really focus on creating something of value, producing something of significance right after you use your blast off phase, after you say that. because it's going to move you right into a state where you're ready and able to really take some great action. Okay, so those are the 7 steps, a brief rundown of the 7 steps of the Day Launcher system that are going to help you to change your thoughts, your feelings, and actions to help you to really get awesome results. Okay, so that's it for this walkthrough. Thanks for watching.